Greetings, everyone. Now, take a look at this headline here, taken from the Jamaica Observer. Judge orders Norman Scott be fingerprinted in election day assault. Now, for those of you who don't know Norman Scott, here's Norman Scott, ladies and gentlemen, a PNP candidate that ran in St. Elizabeth and lost. Ladies and gentlemen, he has been involved in an assault case involving an election day worker. And what happened, ladies and gentlemen, was that he overstayed his time at the polling station. They had a set period of time that they were supposed to be at the polling station on election day. That is, the election candidate, those who are candidate, they can't be at the polling station exceeding a particular amount of time stated by the law. Now, this man believed that he was too big and mighty for the JLP election day workers to talk to him, saying, "Sir, with all due respect, you have overstayed your time," and it started to leave. When the person was talking to him, it get boisterous, ladies and gentlemen, until another of their colleague have to intervene, and that's when it get physical, until he end up broke her glasses and all of those stuff, ladies and gentlemen, until his security team whisk him away. Now he pleaded not guilty. How can you plead not guilty for something that thousands of witnesses saw you doing? My question is, when they were saying on their election trail, one by one they're going to jail. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am wondering, who is it that they were prophesying to? Because based on what I see here, it appeared to me that they were making prophecies against themselves. Because now that this Mr. Norman Scott is fingerprinted, it means now that he have a criminal record. Now, being a person with a criminal record, I don't believe that if he is still mayor, I don't believe that he should allow himself to be the next PNP, whether it be caretaker or whatever. He should not make himself available for any selection on the PNP's ticket because he have a criminal record, ladies and gentlemen, and lawmakers are not supposed to have criminal record. Now, when I work as a security officer, I can't have a criminal record because that would prevent me from getting my license. Much more the ones that make the law, the parliamentarians, they are lawmakers, ladies and gentlemen. Lawmakers are not supposed to have criminal record. So I think they should disqualify him to represent the People's National Party in any area, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I've seen happening now during the last Integrity Commission's report was that the people now, they come off Mr. Holness' case and now gone on Mr. Tufton's case. Because what happened, ladies and gentlemen, was that Mr. Tufton gave one of his friends who owned a company contract, government contract, ladies and gentlemen, and what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is that a lot of persons don't understand that when you are a person of influence and you know you have a friend who have a business, you're going to give your friend a break. Even if you put it on auction where a lot of persons are going to come and bid for the contract, ladies and gentlemen, you're still going to award it to your friend because what? You are giving your friend a break. Now, based on what I see, they said the Integrity Commission is saying that he awarding the contract to his friend makes his friend now a conflict of interest. So, ladies and gentlemen, while his friend may not have done anything wrong, and while Mr. Tufton probably only looking out for his friend, I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, that this is not anything that anybody should be making a big deal of, because I don't see anything that warrant an investigation by any particular group. Because, ladies and gentlemen, based on what I see, I do believe that they are trying to find a fault where there is none. Because if I have access to certain things, ladies and gentlemen, and I see and I know my friend who can do the work very good, and my friend need a break, I am going to give it to my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give my friend a break. So, ladies and gentlemen, even when you're seeking a job in some high office, sometimes it's because you know people in high office that cause you to get high position. So, him giving the contract to his friend, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if there's a law that says he can't do it or that says he shouldn't do it. I don't know if it is a law, and they are saying conflict of interest. So I am wondering now, what do they mean by conflict of interest? Because when they say conflict of interest, they are making it sound like he was criminally involved in something. I don't like the term conflict of interest, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the reason why even if a police officer is doing a work on the side, they cannot make it public that they are doing a work on the side, because according to the law, they become conflict of interest. I don't understand the term conflict of interest. Probably somebody who is advanced in the law more than I do can clarify this for me. But ladies and gentlemen, back to the topic here. I do believe that when you're digging a hole, you should dig two, and you must be careful what you say, because how you treat people, ladies and gentlemen, is the same way that you will be treated. Because they were on a political witch hunt against the prime minister and his team. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, that everything now is falling on is working against the People's National Party. Even their own leader is working against them, because their own leader don't even respect the prime minister, ladies and gentlemen. You own a business, ladies and gentlemen, and you say to the person, talk to this person, because this person is most likely is the more qualified person to talk to you about legal matters. So you refer the person to the one who know more about legal matters than you do. You're gonna say you don't want to talk to that person. You want to talk to me. That's the approach that the opposition is giving the prime minister, and that makes it, to me, looked as if that man have no regards for the prime minister, and they are forgetting, ladies and gentlemen, that it is Mr. Holness that is in government and not the opposition. I have even seen them create ministry that doesn't exist anywhere. I thought they were shadowing, they were shadow cabinet. Now, if they are shadow cabinet and they are shadowing ministries that doesn't exist, then my question is, what are they shadowing? So much I have said in this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, because what I have seen now is like the People's National Party is trying to destroy their organization because of their actions. They were so busy trying to pick the speck out of the Jamaica Labour Party's eye, when they have a big plank in their own eye. I say to the People's National Party, remove that plank from out of your eye before you start talking, before you start saying to the people, come, let us remove the speck out of the Jamaica People's National Party's eye. Ladies and gentlemen, be careful what you say about people, because when you point a finger at somebody, just remember 3 fingers. You point 2 fingers, but 3 is pointing back at you. And let me tell you about these political parties, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe that it is time that we stop campaigning and start getting down now to the real work, because there are so many things that is to be done, and both political parties were created to work together. They weren't created to be against each other. They were created to work each other in order to serve the people. And what I see now is that the People's National Party is creating a group called Rebel. They're not even shadow cabinet. They are now Rebel cabinet. So Jamaica now have two things, rebel and government.